What's up, YouTube? Man, it's been a minute, man. I know, it's been a minute. A lot of y'all been wondering where I've been. Y'all been wondering what's been going on. You know, it's been about a year, for real, since most of y'all like last heard from me or seen from me. I know to y'all it kind of just seemed like I just fell off the face of the earth, which I kind of did for a year. But you know, we gonna get into all of that, man. Before I start this video, first and foremost, man, I just want to say rest in peace to my big brother Lenny. Rest in peace to my dog Sneak the Piper, man. You know, 2020 was a really crazy year. It was a lot of good stuff that happened in 2020. It was a lot of stuff that I learned. There's a lot of bad stuff that happened too. But you know, I believe everything happens for a reason. And at the end of the day, you know, I'm still here. I'm still standing here. I'm still alive. So yeah, man, let's go ahead and get into this video. So I know a lot of y'all probably read the title and y'all was like, yo, what you mean? Like, what's going on? I know y'all probably been worried. Most of y'all on this channel, y'all know me from my beats, you know, my music and stuff like that. But yeah, YOOOO is dead, bro. Like, I really don't know how else to say it. Like, YOOOO is dead, man. Like, I guess I'll explain what I mean by that. Like, as far as the music and the beats and all of that, man, you know, yeah, it's dead. It's dead. So, to kind of give y'all like the short story, man, I started producing when I was 14. At the time, I really didn't know what I was doing. I was kind of just doing it like off of the passion. For 10 years at least, like me just kind of like trying to figure out what I'm doing, like how to get into the music industry, like how to make a name for myself, branding, networking, like all of that stuff back in the day, bro, it was way different than how the producer community is now. Like everybody's so knit and like working together and tight and just looking out for each other, stuff like that. It really wasn't like that back in the day. It was like, bro, you either gotta know somebody that's already in the game that can put you on, or you just gotta, I don't even know, like your work ethic gotta be stupid. Jumping in the studio sessions, traveling. And like I said, at the time I was 14, bro. I'm living with my parents, man. You know, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do after I graduate high school and stuff like that. So it was a lot going on. I really had a talent for music. Like I had good beats. And you know, even when I first started out on SoundCloud, I built a little fan base, you know, but again, like I said, it was just a lot I didn't know about the music industry. And I really didn't have anybody like coaching me or like telling me what to do. Shout out to my boy Eddie, man. That's my big bro. He was the one that put me on FL, changed my life, man. But yeah, my boy Eddie, like he was rapping at the time, so he really didn't know like how to really get into the music industry big and mainstream and stuff like that. So it was really like I was kind of just figuring it out on my own. So what I noticed was like I had one plan in my head of like what my future was gonna look like, what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a full-time music producer. Trying to convince my parents of that, man, I was like pulling teeth. They was like, you're not gonna be able to support yourself being a full-time producer. They didn't know anything about the music industry. All they knew about the music industry that was it was shady, and there's a lot of crazy stuff that go on. And more or less, they was right. You know, your parents are always right for the most part. You know, they was definitely right about the music industry though. But me being young and ambitious, I didn't see it at the time. I just wanted to, you know, I started watching Lex Luger, Southside, you know, the making of, you know, Flocka and Gucci and all of them. And probably like after the first 3 videos I watched on YouTube of Lex Luger making beats, I was like, bro, this is what I want to do with my life. Like I already knew, you feel me? So, but anyways, like I said, I knew what I wanted to do. I had a plan in my mind, but on the other hand, like God ultimately had a different plan for me. And this is kind of where I'll get a little bit more personal, you know, with my relationship. Man, I grew up in church. My pops, he was a pastor, you know, and so I grew up, you know, playing drums in church and all that stuff like that. When I was younger, it was just like, you know, you go to church, your parents go to church. It wasn't really like, cause I wanted to, you know, build a relationship with God. I didn't really even know what that looked like. Like I said, I was 14, you know, I was young. And like I said, I just wanted to do the music cause that was my passion. But anyways, kind of speeding things up a little bit. Like I said, man, it was really a wrestle of me wanting to do what I wanted to do and then like realizing God had something else for me to do. So anyways, man, like over those 10 years of me just like trying to figure out what this whole music thing is about, like how to do it, man, it got really frustrating because like I would get to these points where I was doing really good. Like I'm networking, I'm meeting new people, I'm meeting new artists, man. I feel like I'm getting closer and closer to like my goals where I want to be. And then it was just like a door would just close. Everything was shut off. And it's just like, dang, like, you know, what next? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just felt like everything kind of came to a standstill, or like God just was just like, just put it down, just lay it down, just walk away from it, like just leave it alone. And so that literally went on, like that wrestle went on for like 10 years of me just like doing good, getting to a good place, and then everything just shutting off. And so, man, like 2018, I just got frustrated. I was like, man, you know what? I'm done with the music. I'm about to sell all my equipment. I'm done. Like, I'm tired of this wrestle. Like, you know, I'm over it. So fast forward to 2019, this was like in the fall. I ended up coming across Producer Grind podcast, man. Shout out to Producer Grind podcast. I didn't even know they was a podcast. I just used to download their drum kits and loop kits and stuff like that. But anyways, I basically like started listening to all their shows from like 2017 all the way up to 2019 going into 2020. And bruh, it was like I went through a 10-year learning curve. Like I legit found the blueprint of like how to make a break in the industry. And so it was just like, bruh, I know what to do now. Like I know what I've been doing wrong these last 10 years. I know why everything hasn't really worked out. And so I started putting together a plan in my head of how I was gonna execute for 2020. 2020 was getting ready to start. You know, it's about to be the new year. Everybody making their New Year's resolution. I'm writing down 2020 about to be my year. You know, I'm about to go crazy. I'm about to start my YouTube over. I'm about to start branding, networking. You know, I'm just about to start doing all of that. Like, I'm going crazy. I'm getting placements this year. Like, I'm going up. And really in my mind, I was just like, you know what? I know that my parents don't really see a future for me in this. I know they don't really understand it, but I'm gonna just have to prove to them, you know what I'm saying, that I can do this. And I really didn't care what anybody had to say at that point. It was just like, look, man, like, I know everybody want me to go to college, do all that, but like, I'm gonna do what I want to do basically at the end of the day. You know, I was grown, you know, I could make that decision for myself, but to be honest with you, like, it was really more so out of a place of like arrogance, like, you know, and pride, really. I didn't want to hear what anybody else had to say. It was just like, look, man, I'm doing what I gotta do. I don't really want anybody else to say nothing otherwise. So 2020 started, man, and I just started executing my plan, like, just as best as I knew how, and stuff started taking off for me, bro. Like, it was crazy. Like, it almost felt like I was blowing up overnight type stuff. And for a lot of y'all that's watching this, that know me and like really watch me come up like from the start, man, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, I mean, it was just like, man, I was just putting in work, man. I was staying consistent with the YouTube stuff, man, uploading like every day, started uploading twice a day, man. My numbers started going crazy. I started getting viral videos like after my first month. Had like my first couple of beats hit 10K. I'm getting mad subscribers off of that, bro. So everything is just going good. Started networking locally, hitting up some of the studios out here, you know, where I'm at. And it was just like, man, everything was going good. And I was just like, dang, bro, like, this is all I was missing. Like, I just needed, you know, that information to, you know, break through. And like, it was just going good, man. Everything was going good. So like my first month, I had hit all my goals. All my goals I wrote in 2019, I hit all my goals in the first month of January 2020. February come around, I'm setting bigger goals, and like everything just getting bigger and better. My followers is going up, my subscribers going up, my placements is starting to get bigger and bigger, crazier and crazier. I'm traveling, you know, I'm meeting new people, I'm networking, everything going good. But then like around that third month, man, I really started to notice there was a lot of like old habits just like resurfacing, a lot of bad habits that I had cut off and I'm just like separated from. But like being in the music industry, man, like, bro, you gotta be strong in who you are. You gotta be strong in what you believe. And like at the time, I just wanted to have success. I just wanted to make it. I just wanted my dreams to come true. I just wanted to live out my goal, my plan. But it was just like, I found myself in a point where I was willing to compromise really who I was just to get that. And that's really a dangerous place to be, man. Like, you know, if you're not strong on your values and like what you believe in, and just like who you are, like, you know, the music industry can definitely change you for the worse. And like for me, everything was happening so fast and like everything was just like on the up and up. It was just like, man, I really didn't know how to handle it. And so I kind of got into a place where I was just like started to compromise who I was, really, man. And like I said, I'm not gonna go too much into details. Y'all can use your imagination, you know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, things just started getting crazy, real crazy. And it was happening so fast. And it felt like I had got to a point where I really wasn't in control, if that makes any sense, you know what I'm saying? Everything was just going so crazy. And so fast forward to like last July, man, from like January of 2020 to July of 2020, I was in a really rough place. And I know like on the outside, everything looked good. You know, I'm getting placements, you know, my money's coming in good. I'm living off of my beats. Like, I had quit my job, man. I'm making like 3 times more than what I was making at my 9 to 5. I'm living good, I'm traveling, bills is paid, I don't got no cares in the world, and I'm doing what I love to do. But on the inside, man, there was a lot of stuff going on. And like, my relationship with God was like real bad. Like, I was just like, look, man, I'll catch up with you later. Like, I'm chasing these goals right now. That's really how my mindset was. So, man, long story short, July rolls around, man, and that's when everything kind of just changed, bro. Like, everything just changed. And like I said, maybe I'll go into details about this a little later or in another video. But basically, I just had to like cut everything off and take a step back, because from where I was at in January last year to where I ended up in July, I really couldn't recognize myself anymore. I'm like, dang, like, who am I? Like, you know what I'm saying? I felt like I was so caught up in just chasing my dreams and my goals that I really lost who I was inside. And I feel like God kind of brought me to a point where he just let me see where I was at. And honestly, for me, it wasn't worth it to, you know, keep going down that path I was going. God kind of just brought me to a place where he just let me see where I was at. And I was like, man, like, where I'm going and where I can head up, like, yeah, on the outside and everybody else, it might look good. It might look like I got everything together. But on the inside, man, like, I was really torn. Like, it was a lot of growing up and maturity that I had to do, and really like just, I had to make a decision, bro. Like, is this worth it? Like, where I'm going and where I'm heading and where I could end up, all the compromise that I'm going through just to get to where I want to be. And like, ultimately, I was just like, bro, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And I know like that's a real hard decision to make. And some of y'all might be watching this and be like, man, you crazy, man. I would have did anything, man. I would have went all the way in. You know what I'm saying? But like, it was a lot of other situations going on at the time that really like could have messed everything up for me. Like I said, I'm not gonna go into detail, but it was a couple situations that happened where I could have like lost all of it, the music, everything, like completely like just threw it all away, just like making stupid decisions and really just crashed out. Like, that's the best way I can put it. Like, there was a couple situations where I really could have just crashed out, and it all came from just being in that environment 24/7, being in that music industry, and just, you know, not being able to make like good choices and stuff, man. So like I said, ultimately I just decided to walk away from it. I put it all down, man. You know, I had to cut a lot of ties. And really, I had to just like go and find myself again, you know what I mean? And so that's, you know, that's really kind of what's been going on this last year, man. Just getting my mind right, getting my soul right, man. Getting my relationship back right with God, man. You know, a lot of good things happened towards the later end of that year. The beginning of this year, there was a lot of good things that happened, man. I got married, you know, so life is definitely a lot different now. But I mean, since that point in July last year, man, like up until now, man, my life has been good. Like I said, I know a lot of y'all probably been worried about me, been wondering what's been going on, but man, I'm good. Like, honestly, life couldn't be any better. Bro, I'm happier, I'm healthier, you feel me? Like, I feel like I'm back. Like, my true self is back. As far as the beats, it's over with. Like, I probably wouldn't be making any beats or putting no more beats out or no more music, I mean, unless something changes and it makes sense. But at the same time, man, I really don't want to leave y'all hanging, man. You know, a lot of y'all was there, like I said, from the jump, and I still want y'all to be involved in what I'm doing now, because everything that I'm doing now is it's gonna be a lot bigger and a lot better than what I was doing, and I definitely want y'all to be along for that journey, man. I'm not gonna start shouting people out, man, because it'll be a lot of y'all, but hey, man, I appreciate all of y'all. I love all of y'all, man. Thanks for all the support, everything that y'all have done. You know, just over these last couple years, or the last year or whatever, however long y'all been rocking with me, man. I really appreciate it. And like I said, man, you know, it's gonna go up from here. It's gonna go up from here. So lastly, as far as the channel, I am gonna be changing the content for this channel moving forward, but it's definitely gonna be something I feel like y'all are gonna love. I definitely feel like it's something y'all are definitely gonna want to be a part of, and I want y'all to be a part of, you know, this new journey that I'm getting ready to take. I'm not gonna tell y'all exactly what it is yet, so y'all just have to stick around and wait for the next video so y'all kind of figure out. But like I said, man, I'm not gonna leave y'all hanging. I'm not gonna leave y'all in the cold. I'm definitely still gonna need y'all for, you know, what I will be bringing to the channel. So yeah, man, I appreciate y'all just, you know, listening to me vent and kind of catching y'all up on what's been going on, where I've been, man. And yeah, man, we still going up, so stay tuned.